Hey guys, in this video, we are going over 10 phrases that you should never say if you want to be rich. And me myself, after making my first $1 million, I decided, hey, you're right. I shouldn't say these things either because they severely limit the financial success that you can have in your life. Over the last 5 years, I've gotten to meet and befriend a ton of really rich and successful people. And you know what I don't hear coming out of their mouths? These 10 statements. If you watch this entire video, you'll see that there's a common theme among these statements. And I know you clicked on this video because you want to be rich. And so take out a pen and paper, write these down, and make sure you never say those words ever again. Okay, let's get started. First statement, my spouse handles all the finances. You hear this a lot where one of the two people in a relationship will defer all financial choices to that other person. So whether it be, oh, my wife takes care of all the finances, or, oh, my husband's in charge of that, talk to him, right? This is a very common statement. And the thing with this is that if you say the statement, you're actively choosing not to partake in your finances. And that is a huge problem. I always say that if you want a lot of something, you need to talk about it a lot. You need to educate yourself. You need to be on top of things that are going on. And most importantly, you need to know the current status of where you're at. So if your partner is the one that handles everything related to finances, but you're the one that wants to become rich, then there's a huge disconnect there. By choosing not to learn about finances, you're putting yourself in a severely disadvantageous position. That's because you're relying solely on one other person and you're saying financial independence, financial knowledge, all that stuff, screw it. So no, don't be the person that says this. Don't let someone else take responsibility of all the finances in your relationship because one day that's going to come back and screw you. Now, some of you guys watching this video, maybe it's your partner that says this. If that's the case, I also want you guys to tell them, hey, I don't want you to put all this on me. You should have an active say in this. You should learn about this as well. And that'll really benefit the both of us. Okay, 2 is I can't afford it. I used to say this all the time, right? Everything that was even a little bit pricey, I'd say, oh, I can't afford that. I can't afford this. I get saying this makes sense if something is just outrageously expensive. But the problem is that when you're saying this, you're not trying to figure out how you can afford it. You're just saying, I can't afford it. That's the end of it. That's a very limiting statement. And I know this is going to be controversial because I know a lot of you guys are going to comment down below. Charlie said to never say I can't afford that. That means I should just buy everything. That's not what I'm saying at all. There's likely many things that you can afford. Same with me. But I'm not going to go to a store and just keep saying, oh, I can't afford this. I can't afford this. I can't afford this. Instead, I'm going to reposition this and say, how can I afford this? What actions can I do to actually make more money so that I can buy this comfortably? And yeah, it's not a definitive statement, right? I'm not saying I can't afford this because I can't afford it. I can't afford it now, but I can probably afford it later if I do this stuff. And so this statement, I mean, it's like saying, I can't get this right now. I can't get this forever. That's just how it is. Just refocus that energy and think, how can I actually afford this? Go out there, do it, and then go ahead and buy it because you will be able to afford it one day. My first really expensive car, right? My initial thoughts were, I can't afford this. But then I thought, how can I afford this? And I realized this would be amazing for marketing. It's going to be a business car. And the leads that this car gets me, it's more than going to pay for the cost of the car. And you know what happened? That was the case. That is the power of thinking. Third statement is rich people are evil. If you want to be rich, but you think that rich people are evil, well, of course it makes sense for you to not actually want to be rich. You wanting to be something that secretly you think is evil, that's not going to happen. And so I know it's been very popular recently where a lot of people, they hate rich people. They don't like how they spend their money. They don't like their values. They don't like how they act. Well, by thinking that, you are subconsciously telling yourself, I don't like rich people. I don't want to ever be rich. And so I will never be rich. Just because it's trendy to say, I hate capitalism. I hate billionaires. They don't deserve any of that money. They don't pay any taxes, whatever. Doesn't mean that you should actually believe that yourself. So yeah, stop saying the statement. I really don't like it. Next one is that's too risky. I think the thing that humans fear the most is failing. They hate taking risks. And the thing is that if you want to be rich, you need to take risk. There is literally no other option besides being born into a rich family. And so a rule that I like to live by is I want to spend 80% of my time doing things that do not guarantee an outcome and 20% of my time doing things that do guarantee an outcome. Most of the projects I work on today, there's no guarantee if I'm going to get a return on my time or my money. But I still do spend some time on things that are guaranteed to bring in income so I can continue to live. But yeah, this has been a wonderful formula for me. It's allowed me to really prioritize taking risks. And I think it's a formula that most really rich people follow. Everything in life that is not risky is boring and it's not going to get you the life that you want. For example, in terms of investing, just putting your money into T-bills, that's not going to get you rich. You'll get a 5.5% return right now, which is great, but those are not the returns you want to get insanely wealthy. Therefore, you need to invest some of your money at least into more risky assets. Same thing comes to making money. money, right? If you spend all your time trading your time for money where you know, hey, if I go to work, I work 8 hours a day, I make $300 from those 8 hours, then yes, that's great. It brings in some guaranteed cash flow. That's never going to get you insanely wealthy. Instead, you need to focus your time doing things that are not guaranteed. So for example, this YouTube channel, every single video I make, there's no guarantee of it doing well. There's no guarantee of it making money. There's no guarantee of it bringing subscribers. But that's why it's so special, right? Because some of these videos, they're really going to pop off. Some of them, they're not. So for this video, I have no idea. It might do really badly. It might do really well. I have no idea. Same thing with all these new YouTube channels that I'm starting out. And same thing with the businesses that I'm building right now that have nothing to do with YouTube. Everything I'm doing is risky. And so if you leave with one thing from this video, it's to just take more risks. Don't be afraid of failure and think of failing as a necessary prerequisite to getting really, really rich. 5 is I do everything on my own. This is something that I've struggled with for a long time. I was a solopreneur. I was doing everything by myself and I refused to build a team. If you want to do everything by yourself, that's great at the very start. This allows you to build skills, but it does not allow you to maximize your leverage. And so what I really mean by that is skill leverage as well as time leverage. You only have a certain amount of hours within your day and you only have a certain amount of skills. So I guarantee you, you can hire someone that is better at doing blank than you, but you're probably still trying to do that yourself. You refuse to sort of let go of control and have someone else do it for you. I get it's very vulnerable, it's scary, but that's something that you do need to let go of. Same thing with time, right? You can only work, let's say 10 hours per day. It's very, very unlikely that you get really rich just by trading your time for money. You need to leverage your time and do really high ROI activities and build out a team of people that can actually help you build your business. As of right now, I have a team of about 18 people. I hire exclusively overseas except for my COO who's in the States. And this allows me to find really great talent without basically going bankrupt. So I found that hiring has been an absolute game changer for my business. And even more importantly, hiring overseas. This is something that you will need to do in the future if you want to get really rich and you want to build a business that you're not working inside of all the time. If you're a business owner and you do want some help finding overseas talent at about an 80 to 90% discount from US prices, then check out my new company Paired. We can actually help you find someone. And yeah, we've been doing this for a long time, so we are really good at it. But yeah, in a nutshell, don't do everything yourself. Find people to help you do things for you. The next statement is I'll never be rich. I'm a huge believer of affirmations and visualization. It's something that I do almost every single morning. And yeah, I think words are extremely powerful, especially words that you tell yourself. So by saying, I'm never going to be rich, I'll never get that, I'll never be able to live in a house like that, oh, that type of lifestyle, that's for those types of people, that'll never be me. These are all super, super limiting. And the more you say this, the more you're going to speak it into existence. I definitely used to think this when I was young. I thought being rich was impossible. And so I didn't have the confidence to go out there and be like, okay, I'm going to be rich. I'm going to start taking action on getting rich. I know it sounds a little bit foo-foo and you might be thinking, okay, you're just saying some words. How can that possibly actually affect your trajectory in life? My response would be, it just does based on my own experience. And plus, if you really think it's all foo-foo, just think, what good am I doing for myself by saying I'll never be rich? Is that sort of like giving myself an excuse to not get rich? Is it taking the pressure off of myself? I think that's a terrible way to live. And if I hear someone say that, it's an immediate red flag. Next statement is I'll do it later. I think this is probably one of the most common thoughts or things we'll hear, especially in today's age when procrastination is just everywhere. I mean, look, I procrastinate sometimes too. I used to procrastinate a lot when I was in high school and college. But dude, procrastination, it is such a killer of wealth. Procrastination kills your actions, and actions are the things that create money and wealth. And so if you keep pushing something farther and farther back, you're just moving at the pace of a snail and you're going to get absolutely lapped by everyone. Let's say you have person A and person B, right? Person A is able to do 6 big tasks per day, while person B is like, oh, I'll just do that later. And that sort of drags on. And over time, they're able to do 2 important tasks per day. So essentially, person A is moving 3 times faster. And so as a result, there's almost 0 chance that person B is going to beat out person A. In terms of financial success, business success, personal growth, whatever it is, person A is going to win. And the dangerous thing is that this statement is just so easy to do nowadays, right? I'll do it later is something that everyone probably thinks like 3 to 5 times a day. And just think, if every time you thought that, you actually did the action right then, how different would your life be and how different would the output in your life be? Think about it, and I think it might make you not say that as much. Next statement is, I just need to work really hard. So yes, hard work is extremely important. It's a big part of the equation, but hard work does not equal output. It does not equal leverage and does not equal rewards. There are so many people out there that work extremely hard, but what they're working hard at doesn't really push the needle. And so you guys have heard this. There's the component of working smart as well, right? When you combine working smart with working hard, this is an absolutely lethal combination. And if I hear someone doing this, I think, oh, that person is for sure going to crush it. For example, there are a lot of tasks in this world that don't require that much specialized knowledge or skill. The more amount of people that can actually do this, the less it's going to pay. So if you're focusing on working really hard at something that a lot of people can do, unfortunately, just how the world works is you're not going to get paid that much for it. Now, on the other hand, if you learn a really specialized skill, for example, IT, UI, UX, or tech sales, these are high value skills that you can do to make a lot of money. And the great thing is that nowadays it's so easy to learn these skills. There are amazing courses out there, like through CourseCareers.com. I'll actually drop a link down below to the website because yeah, if you want to learn a high value skill and you want to find a job that can make a lot of money, then this is going to be an absolute game changer, I promise. So yeah, in a nutshell, work smart and work hard at things that are specialized. Don't work hard on things that won't get you paid. Okay, next is I'm too busy to blank. This is also a very, very common statement that people say these days. And one in particular is going to the gym, right? This probably happens over 1 billion times per day where someone's like, oh, I need to go to the gym, but oh, I don't have time, I'm too busy. And as a result, they don't do something that they should be doing. Today, it's so easy to pretend like we are busy. We have our phones, we have our computer, we have YouTube. We could literally be doing something at all times. And so I think that gets into a lot of people's heads where they think, oh, I can't carve out time for this. I can't read 20 pages today because I don't have the time. I can't work on this new project I want to do because I need to, calm down and relax and watch some TV, whatever it is. The word busy today is, I think, used inappropriately in a lot of situations. And yeah, really rich and successful people, they aren't busy. They can always carve out time from their schedule to do things if it's important. If it's not important, like going out to drink with your friends or playing video games or whatever it is, then yeah, say I'm too busy to do that. But when it comes to things that actually improve your life and help you get towards your financial goals, there's no way you are too busy for that. And last is you can't change my mind. Today, a lot of people are super hard-headed. They will have an opinion that they create and they'll just stick by that opinion. No facts, nothing from other people will influence their choices on what to think. And I think that's super dangerous. This means you're not willing to learn. This means you're not willing to understand other people's perspectives. And most of all, this just means that you think you're the smartest person in the room. The reason why this is dangerous is because when we start thinking this, we stop taking in new information. We stop expanding our minds. And yeah, this is cliche, but the moment you stop being a student is the moment that your life is going to start disintegrating. The last thing that I want to be around is someone that is hard-headed, who thinks they're always right, and will not go about things with an open mind. So yeah, if you find yourself thinking, nothing you say is going to change my mind, I've already made my mind, and new information is not important, then I urge you guys, stop saying that. Always be open-minded and never think you are the best or smartest person in the room, because I guarantee you, you are not. So yeah, anyways, those are 10 phrases that I think no one should say ever in their lives if they want to become rich. Words and thoughts have such a big impact on our actions and our outcomes. And I think that by removing these phrases, you're putting yourself in the right environment to go out there and get that bag. So yeah, happy bag getting. Hope you guys all see great financial success. And hopefully this video can inspire you guys to never say these words ever again. That's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys did, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe for more content just like this. I do a ton of videos about personal finance, entrepreneurship, and investing. And yeah, my whole goal is to help you guys become as financially successful as you can. Thank you so much for your time, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.